Okay. All right. Good afternoon, traders. How is everyone? I hope you've all had a hope you all had a really good trading day today. Um, because I know I did. I know I did. I really enjoyed it a lot. Um, we're just going to go over real quick. This is sort of a recap and a test. We want to test and make sure, since we're we're kind of like the new kids on the block. Um, we're still in the testing stages on some of the technology, so that's where I'm at right now. So just bear with me a little bit with this if you could. Um, but we are Trading Logic. We are a group of traders that have been at this for many, many, many years. A lot of years combined experience, and been working on a trading system for a number of years, and finally, I don't know, a month, 5 weeks ago, whatever, we finally went public with it. And it's picking up traction. It's a little slow, but we're trying not to push too much with the fake advertising and the bots and all that kind of garbage. We want it to be a little more realistic, more word of mouth. That that things are still, moving along like they're real. You know what I mean? It's not just some bots saying what you want them to say. We want people who have good experiences to be able to tweet them or Facebook them or Instagram them or whatever. We had a guy yesterday made 12 grand. 12 grand, one trade. Hit exactly at the spot where we said it would, and ended almost exactly at the spot where we said it would. So I'd like to say every single trade is like that, but it's not. That would be ridiculous. But we do have, oh my God, it's like so many trades that are green. It's ridiculous. As of right now, we are, as of the end of today's trading, which was about, I don't know, 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning, we are in our last 69 trades. We're 65 and 4. 65 being green and 4 being red. All right, so that gives you an idea of what we're doing here. 29 straight green days. Last red trade was on May 26th. That's today, June 23rd. 3 more days, be a full month. May 26th was our last red trade. We've had some that didn't trigger for the day. If we called out 4 at around a certain number, the way we do it is we call the number out early based on historical information. If it doesn't reach that number, it's a no trigger. It just doesn't count. But the ones that hit the number go green 65 times and red 4 times. So that's really not, I'd have to say that's really not a bad ratio. That's for every 16.25 trades, you have to deal with one red one. But since May 26th, you haven't had to deal with any red ones. They've been green all the way. All the way. So that's good stuff. So we had today, we had called out HEPA early on, and we were looking for HEPA, and it came so close. Oh my goodness. We were looking for HEPA to get down to 264, all right? It literally came within 6 cents of the number. I was saying, if they want 6 cents that bad, I'll take it out of my own pocket and throw it in. I wish I could have. But look at this, 270. We wanted 264. 270, it ran up to our first level, which is 285. Popped all the way up to 311, came back to that level, hugged it for a while, popped back up to our second level, which is 324, and got as high as 330. So this was almost a win. By 6 cents, it was not. So we don't count it as a win, but man, that was close. That was really close, and it could have been real sweet, that one. But hey, listen, it happens. It may trigger tomorrow. So, we keep these things, we keep our lines drawn for a long time because the lines come from a long way back. It's part of our analysis. So it's not like, oh, okay, it didn't work today, so it's never going to work. It may trigger in a week with these same numbers. These numbers aren't just what's happening right this second. These are historical numbers that just repeat themselves over and over again. So it was a nice run. 270 up to 330. A really nice run. If you're a little bold and decide to jump in this a little bit early, thinking it might not hit 264, well, then you probably did pretty good. All right. So there was that one, but we don't count that one as a winner. Then we had NDRA. This one, the sleepiest stock of June 2020. Here you go. Opened up, fell down, and just did this. It's still doing this. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3:15. It's still doing it. It's just never, ever, ever got up to our trigger point. It's kind of surprising that happened, but not overly surprising because the volume was kind of questionable. But I really thought that it was going to, even on that opening entry where, the volume surged, it was all negative volume, but still, usually that gets met back with an equal and opposite reaction of positive volume, but that never happened, unfortunately. But that's okay. Keeping the number alive, keeping this number alive. We had a couple in the last few weeks that, all of a sudden, boom, there they were again, back in play. Makes my life easier. I don't have to draw lines. I don't have to do any research. But one of our monsters today was FFHL. FFHL was not expecting it to drop this deep, I'll be honest. Thought it was going to drop somewhere around like maybe 701, maybe, right? It's in that ballpark, 710, 15, 20, whatever. But the historical number told us that this number here, 788, was a very powerful number. It's a very strong number. A number to pay a lot of attention to a number to respect. So we did. And it rewarded us. It triggered at 788. It's right after a circuit breaker. Oh, excuse me. I've been up since like 4, so. It triggered on a circuit breaker. It opened up, hit the 784. So if, a 788 rather. So if you got filled, it hit our first line of 850, which right there is a very nice trade all in itself. Little pullback, and then just exploded up to our next line of 984 and tapped out at 1050. So, if you manage your trade well, selling parts of your position on the way up and some on the way down, you made a lot of money on this trade. And then it came back down, hit our trigger line, and this happens a lot. Hit our trigger line again and popped back up. So it triggered at the 788 and popped all the way back up to 835, I think that says, yeah. Or does that say 835? Yeah, 835. So that's a nice little trade right there. I mean, it doesn't compare to the one before, obviously. This one, I did this. But that's a nice little trade. So you could actually hit this stock 2 times today. So there you go, FFHL. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then this one was a late entry, STIM. And it rewarded us nicely. We were watching the stock here. We wanted it to hit the 242 number, which it did. You can see right here, it peaked up, boop, and then dropped, and then came back down, and then dropped a little more. But what that enabled us to do, watching it for a little while, is to set up some trend lines. So we get some trend lines drawn, and we've got some other trend lines coming across this way. And we marked this one as an important spot, and it was. The stock pulled back hard. And then we marked this out ahead of time. So if you want to go on and watch the live feed, you can. We marked this area out ahead of time, that this was going to be a real area of decision. The stock is really going to pop here. We put the line, we put this arrow in. We were right around here somewhere in this time frame. Put the arrow in here, and it hit. Boom, hit our trigger number. Bang, shot all the way up to our next number in like literally almost one candle, right? So it's a candle and a quarter. And then it hugged around our next line, almost got to our top outline, and then ran up from the 269 number all the way up to a high of 306. So, and then it hit our number, which these numbers were drawn out in the pre-market, and came back down, ran back up, almost hit, came back down again, and then dropped under this trend line, which once it did that, that's the end of the world right there. It had done its move, dropped under the VWAP, dropped under the trend lines. It was over at that point. That was a we'll call it 263. And our in was at 242. So even if you held it all the way to here, you still would have made money. If you got out in one of the worst spots possible, you still would have had a profit. So the numbers mean something. The lines mean something. Say you want to get out right here, and you got in here. Would have got out here. So if you missed all of this and held it and froze and didn't want to sell it, and then it dropped and you sold it here, even through this whole drop to about here, 250, say 250, 252. If you got out here, you still made money. Nowhere near what you would have made if you got out somewhere up in this area, that's for sure. But as you can see, we had our lines, respected the lines, came up, respected the lines, came down, respected the lines, came up, respected the lines, came down, respected the lines, came down, respected our trend line that we drew while we were live streaming. So this was a fine day. This was a really, really nice day. One monster move, one really nice move. Good day to be a trader. And you know what, though? With this system that we use, every day is a good day to be a trader because we're 65-4. Every 16.25 green trades, you have to suffer with one red trade. I apologize for that. 29 straight green days in a row. Green trading days, not counting weekends and off days. 29 straight trading days that are green in a row. Well, that's what straight means, but in a row. Last red day was on 5/26. Well, not even a red day. The last day I had a red trade, had a trade go red, was May 26th. So if you're serious about trading, you're serious about what you want to be, what type of trader you want to be, you want to make money as a trader, and you want to do it pretty much stress-free, where you're relaxed, and you'll see, you come on our live stream, we are so chill and so relaxed as we're trading. There's no craziness, there's no nuttiness, there's nobody punching things and banging their head on the desk. Everybody's just calm and relaxed because we put ourselves in a position of logic and intelligence where we can make money. So there you have it. There you have it. There is the day. It was an excellent day, and we hope to see you at some point on our live stream. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, carrier pigeon, whatever, smoke signals, whatever you're using, whatever form of social media you're using. Chalk, I don't know. I'm just being stupid now. But if you're serious about trading and you want to make money and do it stress free, and you don't want to play into the hype of some of these guys to announce some of this stuff, it's ridiculous. You might as well buy the electric ab thing. You buy it and you put it around your waist with the 9-volt battery, and it vibrates and has you incredibly sculpted abs in 3 days. No, it doesn't. It goes in the garbage in a week because it's garbage. And that's what most of these guys hollering this stuff out are. They tell you about the big wins. They don't tell you about their losses. They really don't. I mean, they might throw some in once in a while, make it look good, but my stuff is all validated, man. It comes out in the morning before the market opens on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and then we live trade throughout the day using that information. And if something goes red, it goes red. We own it, but we don't have to own too much red. That's nice. That's a nice thing. Took a long time to get here, to get to this point. But to trade with the kind of confidence that we can trade with this, man, does it feel good. It's liberating. It really is. So, but that's it. We're all good now. Gonna get rolling, and hope all the streams worked on Facebook and YouTube. We're trying to make that happen, so hopefully it did. All right, so everyone have a great day, and hopefully we're on generally at around 9 o'clock. We post it up on the social media outlets under Trading Logic, and the URL to get to our link for streaming. So hopefully we'll see somebody there at 9 o'clock every morning. We'll talk about the stocks for today.